Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Four Wheels. Today, we're not just reviewing a car, we're exposing a myth. For the past 15 years, the automotive industry, mainstream media, and Western governments have pushed a very specific narrative. They told us that the electric future was inevitable, but also expensive. They insisted that the so-called green premium, the extra cost you pay for an electric vehicle compared to a petrol car, was simply unavoidable, a law of physics. We were told that saving the planet meant digging rare minerals out of politically unstable regions, refining them through complex and dirty supply chains, and packing them into batteries that cost as much as a small house. But that story is starting to fall apart. While Toyota was busy lobbying against EV adoption and promising miracle solid-state batteries sometime in the future, and while Volkswagen struggled to make EVs profitable, Chinese engineers were quietly solving the real problem. In February 2026, the Changan Nevo, known domestically as the Kiyuan, arrived to shatter that narrative completely. This car doesn't run on lithium. It doesn't use cobalt or nickel. Instead, it runs on one of the most common elements on Earth, sodium, salt. The Changan Nevo is the first mass-produced sodium-ion electric vehicle that actually works, and in doing so, it exposes lithium batteries for what they really are, a temporary and expensive bridge technology. Today, we're going to explain why your next car might be powered by salt, and why legacy automakers are quietly terrified of this technology. To understand the scale of this disruption, we need to look at the periodic table. For decades, lithium-ion batteries have dominated because of their energy density. Lithium is lightweight and capable of storing large amounts of energy, making it ideal for electric vehicles. But lithium comes with a problem. It's expensive and difficult to source. It's often called white gold because its price fluctuates dramatically depending on mining output in places like South America and Australia. When demand rises, prices spike, and those costs are passed directly on to consumers. That's why we see electric SUVs costing over $100,000, while affordable electric hatchbacks remain rare. The raw material costs simply set a high price floor. Sodium-ion technology changes that equation entirely. Sodium is the sixth most abundant element on the Earth's crust. It's everywhere, in soil, in oceans, and in mineral deposits across the world. It's cheap, chemically stable, and effectively unlimited. By replacing lithium-based cathodes with sodium-based materials and using hard carbon anodes, Changan has reduced battery costs by nearly 40%. And that's a massive deal. The battery accounts for roughly 40% of an EV's total cost. Reduce that significantly, and suddenly electric cars don't just become cheaper, they become capable of undercutting petrol vehicles entirely. We're witnessing a shift from a scarcity-based resource, lithium, to an abundance-based one, sodium. This isn't just an engineering improvement, it's an industrial revolution. If you live in colder regions, the UK, Scandinavia, Canada, or anywhere with harsh winters, you probably already know one of the biggest weaknesses of electric vehicles. They struggle in the cold. Lithium-ion batteries become less efficient as temperatures drop. Internal resistance increases, chemical reactions slow down, and the battery loses performance. The result is a significant reduction in driving range, sometimes as much as 30 to 50%. Charging becomes slower as well, since the battery has to warm up before it can safely accept energy. This is one of the main reasons why many drivers in colder climates have stuck with diesel vehicles. But sodium-ion technology changes that. Sodium ions move more freely at lower temperatures, maintaining performance in conditions where lithium batteries struggle. According to Changan's official testing, supported by independent winter trials in China, sodium-ion batteries retain more than 90% of their discharge capacity at -20 degrees Celsius. That's remarkable. While many lithium-powered vehicles lose range just sitting in the cold, a sodium-powered vehicle remains ready to drive almost immediately. For the first time, we have an electric vehicle that's both affordable and practical in cold climates year-round. Critics of sodium-ion batteries often point to their lower energy density. Compared to lithium batteries, sodium cells are heavier and store less energy per kilogram. And 5 years ago, that criticism would have been valid. But battery development has moved incredibly quickly. The latest sodium-ion cells from Changan achieve energy densities comparable to lithium iron phosphate batteries from just a few years ago. That's more than enough for everyday driving, offering practical ranges of 300 to 400 kilometers, which comfortably covers the needs of most drivers. But the real advantage lies in charging performance. Because sodium-ion batteries generate less heat during charging, they can maintain higher charging rates for longer periods. Heat is one of the main limitations on fast charging, and reducing it allows the battery to accept energy more efficiently. As a result, the Changan Nevo can charge from 10% to 80% in roughly 15 to 20 minutes on standard fast chargers, without requiring complex and expensive high-voltage cooling systems. Fast charging is no longer limited to premium vehicles, it's becoming accessible to everyone. Of course, there's another concern that often comes up when people talk about electric vehicles: fire risk. Stories about burning EVs tend to attract attention, and while serious battery fires are rare, traditional lithium batteries can be chemically volatile under extreme conditions. If damaged or punctured, they can enter thermal runaway, a chain reaction that generates intense heat and can sustain combustion. Sodium batteries are inherently more stable. They're far less prone to thermal runaway and significantly more resistant to extreme conditions. Changan has subjected these batteries to intense safety tests, including puncture tests, crushing tests, and extreme overcharging. The result was consistent: no explosions and no fires, just a failed battery. Sodium batteries also offer a logistical advantage. Unlike lithium batteries, they can be safely discharged to 0 volts without damage. That means they can be shipped completely empty and inert, reducing transportation risks and costs. This improved safety profile also reduces the need for heavy protective structures and complex fire suppression systems, helping to lower both weight and cost. Now let's talk about the car itself. Typically, budget cars come with compromises: cheaper materials, less sound insulation, and minimal technology. They're often designed to push buyers towards more expensive models. But Changan took a different approach. By saving money on the battery, the most expensive part of the car, they were able to invest more into the rest of the car. The Nevo is a sleek fastback sedan with modern styling, aerodynamic lines, and premium lighting elements. Inside, you'll find a large infotainment display, a fully digital instrument cluster, and voice-controlled smart features. The materials feel premium, the build quality is solid, and advanced driver assistance systems come as standard. This creates an interesting paradox. A cheaper battery results in a better car. It raises an uncomfortable question for many consumers: why pay more for less? The impact of sodium-ion technology extends beyond private ownership. It has the potential to transform commercial fleets as well. Taxi drivers, ride-share operators, and delivery services rely on vehicles that are efficient, durable, and affordable to operate. Sodium-ion batteries offer long cycle life, meaning they can handle thousands of charge cycles with minimal degradation. This could translate into hundreds of thousands of miles of reliable service. Combined with fast charging and strong cold weather performance, sodium-powered vehicles are well suited for commercial use. They could become a common sight in major cities around the world. There's also a larger strategic story unfolding here. Much of the global EV transition has focused on securing supplies of critical minerals like lithium. Countries are investing heavily in mining and processing infrastructure to reduce their dependence on foreign supply chains. But sodium changes the equation. Salt is everywhere. It's not scarce, and it's not geopolitically sensitive. By adopting sodium-ion technology, manufacturers can reduce their reliance on volatile mineral markets and create more stable supply chains. This could allow production to scale more easily and help keep prices predictable. Meanwhile, many established automakers have invested heavily in lithium-based infrastructure and long-term supply contracts. Switching technologies isn't easy, especially when billions of dollars are involved. This puts them in a difficult position. Moving too slowly risks falling behind. Moving too quickly risks major financial losses. It's a classic example of technological disruption. The Changan Nevo represents something important, not because it's exotic or extreme, but because it delivers on the original promise of electric vehicles: affordable, practical, and accessible transportation. The era of expensive electric vehicles may be coming to an end. The technology exists, it works, and it's already on the road. For consumers, this could be a turning point. For the industry, it could be a wake-up call. The future is electric, and finally, it might be affordable. Thank you for watching Drive RPM. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon because the world of cars is changing faster than ever, and we're here to document every step of the way. See you in the next video.